Hello, I'm Kathy Fountain, licensed mental health counselor in private practice, and I want to speak to you a little bit today about how to stop a bullying mother-in-law. Common problem in a lot of households in our country and all over the world, so we want to really get a handle on this. I want to start with an illustration. There was a famous family therapist, his name was Bowen, and he came up with a concept called triangles, and let me explain. People tend to create triangles in their relationships. So here you are, and then here is your partner, and then any sort of stressful situation, any sort of struggle in your relationship, it's very easy to triangulate your relationship out into something else that's a distraction from what's going on. It could be the birth of a first child, could certainly triangulate the family out when mom is spending all the time with the child. Could be a work or sports situation or an illness, and then maybe your partner, maybe the husband, is spending all this time in this other place. But what if this is the mother-in-law? What if this is your partner's mother-in-law and all the energy is going there? Maybe a little too much time talking on the phone or a little too much influence from this person to where you feel like you're sort of left on the outside position of that triangle. Here's an example I found just in the paper. It's an Italian woman who says, groom brings mother along on honeymoon. Guess what happened to that marriage? A month later, she filed for divorce because her husband invited the mother-in-law on the honeymoon without telling her. Okay, that's an example of a man who just forgot all about this issue of triangles. So what do we do about this? We know it can be destructive when your partner is taking a lot of influence from another member of the family. Maybe it's something like what car they think you should drive or what job they think you should take, or better yet, this is how you should be raising your children. Those things are intrusive on your couple relationship. Remember that the two of you are the strong bond that needs to be held together. If it triangulates out into another person, that's going to be intrusive and it's going to intrude on the sanctity of your relationship, partnership, or marriage. So what do we do about that? It's really time to sit down and have a heart-to-heart, really reasonable conversation with your partner, and always start these conversations with compassion and with a friendly tone. Don't start with your finger in their face or they're not going to listen. So you're going to say something like, listen, I've been thinking about this influence that your mother is having, and I think we ought to be making some of these decisions together. How would you feel if we worked together as a team and we maybe keep her at bay a little bit? Maybe say something like, you know, Mom, I'd really wish you would call us before you drop in unannounced because our family has family time too. See if you can get your partner on board in this team effort to do something about a mother-in-law who just intrudes too much onto your private space and private time without offending her because you want to keep her close to your life. And so this is sometimes hard for your partner to do, to set a boundary with a parent that maybe is used to having a lot of influence in their life. One of the books I'd like to recommend, which is excellent about setting boundaries with your parents, is called The Dance of Anger. It's by Harriet Lerner, PhD, and I highly recommend this as a way to really look at how you manage the things that are happening coming from parents into your lives that are unwanted. So try this book. Think about some of the things we've talked about stopping a bullying mother-in-law. I'm Kathy Fountain. Thanks for watching.